Hello, my name is Pina Navarro and my number is 22114. And here I'm going to talk about morphological and it's for the assignment from the class. The map is at the held that it's called Introducing to Linguistics. So here I am that I have summarized for the morphology I want to presentation right now. Let's see if, uh, that I have summarized from Wikipedia. Everyone knows that Wikipedia is in linguistic morphology or morphologize is the study of words, how they are formed, and the relationship to the other words in the same language. It analyzes the structure of words and part of words such as terms, root word, prefix, and suffix. Morphology also looks at part of speech, intonation, and stress, and the ways context can change a word pronunciation and meaning. Morphology differs from morphological typology, which is the classification of the languages based on their use of words, and lexicology, which is the study of words and how they make up a language vocabulary. Before we go to the main point, we gonna study the glossary that I have summarized. The first is the words. Word is the meaningful building blocks of language that we call and talk, typically. The next is phoneme. As known about phoneme is it the smallest unit of language which differentiate meanings. Example, head. The word of head has two phonemes, that is H, A, and T. The other is morph. Morph is a word segment that represents one morpheme, and the morpheme is the smallest unit of language that has meaning in sound or writing. And the morpheme is the smallest grammatical unit of speech. It may be a word like place or an element of a word like we and it and reappeared. The next is lexeme. Basically, lexeme is a basic lexical unit of a language consisting of one word of several words considered as an abstract unit and applied to a family of words related by form or meaning. The next glossary that we can study is root. Root is a word that can't be disparate anymore. Basically, the word is can't disparate because they are the mono or they are solo or they are independent and don't have any single or more. The next is derivational. Derivational is a kind of morpheme that can change class of words or even means of those words. The other is inflectional. Morphemes that it's not possible to change anything. It is only influence plurality or tenses. And last but not least is the glossary of the homophones. Homophone is a two word or more that has the same pronunciation but different meanings. Next, we're gonna study about morpheme, and the morpheme is a variant of a morpheme are called allomorphs. The ending s are indicating plural in cats, dogs, or the s in daisies, and the end of the oxen are all allomorphs of the plural morpheme. The word talk is represented by two morphemes, talk, and the past tense morpheme, here indicated by it. The study of words and morpheme is included in morphology. Morpheme has three kinds. The first is affix. Affix is a set of letters that are attached to the root or the stem of a word. The second is prefix. Prefix is an affix which is placed before the stem of a word. And the last is suffix. Suffix is the affixes that are attached to the end of the word. We can obtain and explain the example of affix, prefix, and suffix. Affix divided to two. The first is derivational. As an example is care, to be careful, on appear, to be disappear. And the other is inflectional. Inflectional, as an example, is boys gonna be boys or talk to be talked. The next is prefix. Prefix has two kinds too. It's about pre for before and an for the opposite. Pre such as pre-order, pre-assemble, pre-writing, and the an are the opposites. It's such as unhappy, unupon it, unseen, undo, etc. And the suffix like the suffix same as the affix because they have two different kind. They're same about the derivational and inflectional, and derivational such as like for the likable and use for useless. And the next is inflectional. It example is end to be ended. I'm sorry for my bad pronunciation or a bad at talking because I'm still tired maybe. But next for the lexeme, we're gonna talk about lexeme. A lexeme belongs to a particular syntactic category has a certain meaning or semantic value, and in inflecting language that has a corresponding inflectional paradigm. That is, a lexeme in many languages will have many different forms. For example, the lexeme one has a present third person singular form runs, a present on third person singular from run, which is also a function at the past participle, and non-finite form, a past from run, and a present participle running. So it doesn't include runners, or runnable, and etc. The use of the forms of a lexeme is governed by rules of grammar. So in the case of the English verbs such as run, they include subject-verb agreement and compound tense rules which determine the form of a verb that can be used in a given sentence. So lexeme, some kind of the word that has lexeme should be written in capital, lowercase, and italic. And italic is a representation from inflecting forms. Like I have said before, we can see in the presentation of this PPT, capital such as good, but in capital of keyword, and good for the lowercase that is opposite for the capital, and the good that is italic or the italic from the Indonesian is like a garis miring, bukan garis miring, such as hurufnya dibuat miring. So on the way to differentiation like sim and word is only with the pronunciation performance, like performance and performer is a word, and performs is like sim because they have different words but in the same meanings. So that's all for my material from the presentation today. Thank you very much and have a nice day.